Last night was a very exciting night for all PlayStation fans, as Sony did announce the PlayStation 4 last night. The show was quite long and they didn't actually show the console, but they showed what the console was going to feature. They started off with the controller, a few games, and then they moved on to how they've now integrated social gaming into the new PlayStation 4, and then they also went on to tell us the specs of the PlayStation 4. So if we start with the controller, the new DualShock 4 offers a much more improved analog stick. The structure of the controller is more durable for longer gameplay. They've also thrown in a headphone jack, it's got enhanced rumble, it's also got a small touchpad, and at the top of the controller it has an illuminating light. I don't know what that's meant to do, but I suppose it makes the controller look quite nice. And it's also got a share button. The share button, I think, should do it should share your content of maybe gameplay or your PlayStation 4, whatever you're doing on it, to your friends. I think Sony, they're really trying to integrate social networking and social gaming into this new PlayStation 4. So maybe if you're playing on Call of Duty and you do something quite cool, you could just quickly click the share button and it goes around to all your friends. So I suppose that is, pretty cool. Moving on to the PlayStation Eye camera. Now, for all of you guys that owned the PlayStation Move last year, or maybe just bought the PlayStation Eye camera, you would know that the camera was absolute shit. It's the most useless piece of crap you could ever use. The wire at the back of the camera was too heavy, so it always used to pull down the camera. I could never leave it on my TV and let it sit there perfectly. Always had to keep adjusting it, and it got quite annoying. On top of that, the camera wasn't even really good quality. It was like 1 megapixel. So, it wasn't really good for taking pictures or, video chatting with your friend. So that was a bit of a letdown. In the conference last night, they announced a new PlayStation Eye camera. And apparently this camera is meant to detect exactly where your controller is in the room. So you never know, they might start making motion games for the PlayStation 4 and you won't need the PlayStation Move controllers, you might just need your controller. That could be, something quite cool, I suppose. The camera also has 2 lenses. And, normally 2 lenses means 3D. So you never know, they might start integrating the sort of 3D into the camera. So maybe you can start recording 3D films. You never know. Moving on to the PlayStation 4, the part that everyone has been wanting to know for such a long time. What is going to be inside the PlayStation 4? Well, we finally know. The PlayStation 4 will pack a high-end 3.0 USB with a x6 Blu-ray drive. It's also going to pack 8 cores and an x86 GPU. From what I've seen, this is very powerful. I don't really know much of computer insides, but honestly, this does sound powerful, especially for a gaming console. What they're going to do is they're going to make 2 CPUs. One's going to be for gaming and the normal stuff, and the second CPU is going to be for downloading games while playing online. That is going to be something new to game consoles, because normally you cannot download a game and also play online at the same time. And they're also making the PlayStation 4 really, really good for multitasking. I think that's why it's gonna have such a strong GPU and the CPU.
Subscribe, 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 so.